actually drawn, they're quartered, and their limbs pulled apart by 4 oxen. So, as a step towards actually abolishing this death penalty, Guillotin argued for a painless capital punishment for all classes of people. And the beheading devices had been used previously before, but not on this sort of a scale. And they had the prototype was created by a German engineer who was also a harpsichord maker. So this guillotine that I have here is a much smaller version than the sort that they used during the French Revolution. They were about 4 metres high with the poles, and the blades weighed about 40 kilograms. And the executioner would haul up the blade, and the victim, criminal, whatever, would put their head into something a bit like this, which is, I found out today, was called a lunette. And keep their head in place and then the executioner releases it. Now this guillotine is much smaller than the sort that they used during the French Revolution, but it still does demonstrate the quick and efficient chopping action that was used during those sort of times. So we have a few vegetables which I will carrot, cucumber, and blade, and quick and efficient. So there's a good demonstration. Now the actual large guillotines, the time it took from the blade to leave the top to its grisly conclusion at the bottom was 1/70th of a second. So it was very quick. Now this device here is actually part of my dad's magic collection, or his magic apparatus, which he used for his magic shows over the last 70 years. And this is, I think if you remember once before I had mentioned that decapitation type illusions have actually been around for a very long time. They date back to Egyptian times when the heads were decapitated from birds, then put back on again, and then the birds would magically fly away. This sort of little device has been used in a few different variations of small-scale magic shows over the last 100 or so years. So for the next part of this demonstration, to actually demonstrate the guillotine illusion, we have a volunteer who happens to be the person sitting right next to him, which is Chris. So Chris is
has he seen this form yet?
Please confirm that.
It's got another hand to write with, it's fine. Anyway, this one's a bit small for head, so it is just to drop him off hand. Now, I do need to say that it's my dad that's a magician, I'm not a magician, so there's no guarantee success or otherwise of this actual trick, but I have done it once before publicly, successfully. It was 30 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it's just like learning how to ride a bike. So, okay. So if you could step up here, just pop your hand into here. So you're left or right-handed? There, so the main thing is actually a little low, but so try and be relaxed for this. I think it's also to be still and also just enjoy it. Okay, so we just get the device here. Oh, just before I do that, the yoga lady, that's probably a good idea. The yoga lady doesn't really like a mess, but just to be on the stage, just like a little spot. There we go. All right. she'll be so happy now. So, alright, so you relaxed? Good, okay. And so, one more time. And one. No, just really just be on the safe side. Does anybody have a first aid? No, sorry. Alright, so, are you relaxed? Alright, so this time, this is, okay. Ready, and, so, 1, 2, 3, and, there we go. So how are you? There we go. I hope you've learned a little bit about this interesting contraption. There's actually a lot more interesting stuff out there about the French Revolution and the guillotine, but the actual fact that it was actually brought in as a first step towards bringing in the death penalty is actually quite interesting. But the last guillotine execution in France was actually in 1977. And the death penalty wasn't abolished until 1981. So that was about 200 years after the guillotine was brought in.